What's going on YouTube? It's your guy Darren. I'm the Bowtie Fragrance Guy. I cover fragrances on this channel, but I'll jump into talking about some styling and grooming content on the channel as well, man. Listen, just want you to be the best you can be every day. If you're gonna go out there and smell good, why not look great as well? So if you're into that kind of content, make sure you hit subscribe and don't forget to hit the bell icon as well. So that way, anytime new content is uploaded on the channel, hopefully YouTube will notify you that I've taken the time to upload some content. So on today's video, guys, I'm going to be jumping into the entire, yes, you heard me correctly, the entire Mind Games new Soulmate collection. Listen, I have been blessed, and I say blessed in all caps, to be able to have at my fingertips all 10 of the fragrances from the new Soulmate collection. Now, if you've been following me for any amount of time, you know that I'm a huge fan of the original collection of fragrances that they put out. I want to say it was last year or the year before last, but they had some absolutely stunning fragrances, some bangers that were released in that first collection of fragrances. Like Jadoob is one I've talked about a lot. Double Attack, some of my favorites off the top of my head. Scholar's Mate. Just some amazing fragrances from that initial collection. And now we have 10 more fragrances that I want to introduce you guys to. Now, I have smelled most of these by going into Neiman Marcus. They had an event there about a month or so ago, and I had a chance to smell a lot of these fragrances. I don't quite remember what a lot of them smelled like off the top of my head, so it's still going to be like a real initial impressions because I don't really remember everything. I do know for a fact which one stood out in my mind, and I went home that day saying that was my favorite, but we'll get into all of that. So I'm going to run the intro, and when we come back, the entire Mind Games Soulmates collection. I'm going to give you guys my impressions. So if you want to hear what I have to say, you know the routine. Keep it locked right here. Let's get it, baby.
The Bowtie Fragrance Guy.
All right, guys, we're back. Thank you so much for keeping it locked in. We're going to jump right into it now. First and foremost, I'm going to cover these and kind of break them down. There's a collection of fragrances that come in the black boxes, and then there's a collection that come in the white boxes. We're going to do the black boxes first. I want to show you one box from each color, and I won't be showing any more boxes because they're all the same. Of course, you just change out the name. So we're going to start with the black collection. This is the box for French Defense. So again, this is what the box looks like. There is a little bit of a slight or a brief, I would say, write-up of the fragrance on the back. I do like the fact that each fragrance has two primary notes listed there on the front of the box. And like I said, they give a little bit more of a brief description on the back of each fragrance, but the top will just come off like this, and then your fragrance will rest securely in the base of the box. So I'll show you one of the boxes when we do the white collection, but again, just wanted to show you one from the black. Now let's jump into it. So the first fragrance, this one is called Ruy Lopez. The two notes that they have listed on the front of the actual bottle are Divana and Plum. So immediately in my mind, Plum, a note that I've talked about a lot here recently. I love Plum and what it does most of the time in a fragrance. Plum usually pairs well with amber, so that's why I like it so much. And then you have Divana, which is usually a green note, all right? Kind of give this green undertone to a fragrance, and this is what the bottle looks like. So this is Ruy Lopez. And those are the two notes that they list as the main notes, but this also has some tea in it, some black cherry leather, and an aged oak wood note. So I'm going to spray it. Can't spray all these on skin, although, of course, that's where you really get the essence of it, but we'll be using some test strips today. I just want to kind of give you guys my initial thoughts on each one. Now, these were sent to me by So Avant Garde. Let me say that. Oh, I smell this already. This is good. Now, So Avant-Garde, you can't get these directly through So Avant-Garde, but you can go directly to the Mind Games website. Now, if you do that, make sure you use the discount code Darian10 to get 10% off of anything that you may want to get through Mind Games. All right, so if you go to Mind Games website, use the code Darian10, you'll get 10% off. They do have a discovery set that has all of these fragrances in the discovery set. So if you wanted to just try them out that way, that would be a good idea. Or if I talk about one of the fragrances that really sparks your interest and you just want to get a full bottle, use that discount code. Now, you can shop on So Avant-Garde site as well with the discount code Darian20, all right, to get 20% off anything on the So Avant-Garde website as well. So let me go ahead and say that. So what does this one smell like? So I pick up, on the test strip, I pick up a lot of that Divana, all right? I get the plum there, but I pick up a lot of that Divana as well. So aged oak wood. Where have you seen that note before? Killian's Angel Share has a beautiful, that aged oak wood note. So it smells like oak wood that has been sitting for a long time. In the case of Angel Share, it smells like of course, the rum has been aging in those oak barrels for a long time. So I love that aged oak wood note that I'm picking up here. This is really, really good. Love the plum in this. Like I said, if you like plum, this might be the one that you may want to take a look at. But I'm going to tell you guys in a little bit which one is my favorite. But this is really, really nice, man. So a little bit greenness from that Divana. You got the plum in here. I pick up, what my nose is picking up on this test strip at least, is that aged oak wood note. I'm not getting a lot of the leather here, at least not on the test strip, but it does smell good. But this one is called Ruy Lopez. So I do love that nice juicy plum opening in this one. So the next one that we have here, this one is called Sisa. All right, now the two notes listed as primary notes on the front is sesame and labdanum. So sesame is a note that gives this really nutty nuance to a fragrance. They use it a lot in a lot of gourmands. So I'm kind of excited about that. And it has labdanum listed here, which is one of the primary notes used to form an amber accord. All right, so let's see what this one smells like. Again, this one's name is Sisa, S-I-S-S. I'm sorry, I'm gonna show you the bottle. Sisa. So let's see what we get, guys. Let's spray it up. It's gonna smell great in this room, by the way. All right, so what we get out of Sisa? Immediately off the top, I get that sesame. Sesame, again, it gives a really strong gourmand presence to a fragrance, almost like baked bread, almost to me as well. Nutty, kind of baked bread, kind of a feel to it, and I get that here. And then it just smells like there's an amber accord on the base. And I'm picking up a little bit like a musky nuance as well on the dry down. This is nice. So it kind of has a smokiness to it as well. Maybe that's coming from the labdanum here as well in this fragrance. But I like it. So imagine like a kind of slightly smoky gourmand fragrance. Because again, that sesame is creating that really nice gourmand presence in this fragrance. I like this one. So if we're just going off from fragrance to fragrance, I like this one a little bit better than the first one. 2 for 2 though. Both of them smell really good. This one is called Sisa. So let's keep it moving. I don't want this video to be too long. And honestly, you guys don't know which one my favorite is in just a minute. But anyway, this next one is called Gambit. Gambit, G-A-M-B-I-T. 2 notes listed on the front, petit grain and patchouli. Interesting combination, but here's the bottle. This is Gambit. All right. So let's see what we get here. Petit grain patchouli. Interesting. Fresh, earthy. This is nice. See, that petitgrain really to me gives a really fresh cleanness to a fragrance. And that's why I typically like petitgrain. This is nice. Getting it's kind of clean, a little bit spicy, a little bit fruity. This is nice, my goodness. This is going to be like a signature scent right here. This one is, a lot of times when I get a fragrance that's really clean like this, the first thing I think about is signature scent, because I can see so many people being drawn to this kind of scent DNA. This is nice, man. Again, Gambit. Again, check the bottle out here. Really, really nice, man. Oh, yeah, I like this one, man. I definitely feel like there's some lavender here. It's really, really clean. A little lavender. Maybe a little bit of amber accord on the base as well. This is really nice. Man, we're 3 for 3, man. Wow. I really like this one. This is a signature scent, and it has to have lavender in it, because usually when I get that, start to get that clean, gentlemanly kind of quality to a fragrance, it's usually coming from lavender. I think there is some lavender in this as well. This is nice, man. This one is called Gambit. This has now moved into number 1 spot so far. Oh, man. This is nice. Now, I'm not sure how to pronounce this one. Enprise, maybe? E-N-P-R-I-S-E. This is saffron and vetiver, but here's the bottle. All right. All right, so let's see what we get here. Then we have saffron and vetiver as 2 of the main notes listed here. I'll show you guys the sprayer. It's a nice controlled mist on the atomizer, so that's always a good thing. Green, I get this is really green. I think there's some oak moss in here as well with that vetiver. So certain notes I can really pick up easy. I smell oak moss in this. Oak moss, vetiver. It's really crisp and fresh as well in the opening. So you kind of get this crisp, fresh, but by that same time, kind of masculine and green fragrance. And that, again, the combination of the oak moss and the vetiver here is really giving it that really masculine feel that you really find in a chypre with those kind of notes in it. This is nice, though. This is the more gentlemanly fragrance so far. You know, the first 2 were more on that sweet, kind of sexy side, and then you had the fresh fragrance with the lavender there that leaned a little bit more, not to that fougere kind of category. Now this one leaning a little more chypre-like fragrance. Just the way that it smells. Again, that freshness in the opening, really crisp, citrusy opening, maybe some grapefruit or some bergamot in the opening of this. This is really nice as well. This one is called Enprise. You guys, you know, can take your stab at it as well. But it's nice, man. Again, mossy, vetiver-like fragrance. Really, really nice. This is Enprise. All right, now I will tell you guys, this next one is my favorite. All right? This next one is my favorite, and this one is called French Defense. This is the one that made the biggest impression on me when I smelled them all in the store. French Defense, this is black cherry, rose, amber fragrance. You know, those are some of my favorite notes. And this is just, guys, listen. French Defense, this is the one. The other ones are great, but this is the one for me. Really liqueur-like black cherry note in the opening of this fragrance. Smells very authentic to a black cherry. All right. And then you have the rose in here. You have some sweetness that comes into the base, that nice sweet amber accord. This is cool. This is so good. God, this is my favorite. French Defense. This is my favorite of all the fragrances. Now, again, we're going to get into the white collection, but I will tell you now, this is my favorite out of all of them. French Defense. Again, black cherry and amber. That's all you really need to know, and rose. This is beyond good, guys. You got to get your nose on this one. Out of all of them, I'm telling you, French Defense is the one for me. You got to get your nose on. All right, let's just keep it moving, man. Oh my God, that's good. The white collection here. This is what the boxes look like. Again, almost a carbon copy of what you get on the black boxes, but obviously it's white. So when you remove the top, your fragrance will rest in the base. And there's a little card in each one as well. All right, so gives you a little bit more of a breakdown on the notes. So let's jump into the fragrances from the white collection. Let's see here. This first one is called Vieri. The notes that's listed on the front: citron and musk. All right, so here's the bottle. All these bottles are really, really nice, man. They are very stately. When you have them in your hand, they're heavy bottles. Looks good in the collection. Lemongrass is in this. Citron, like I said, as well. So let's give it a smell and see what we have. Now, Mind Games, they say that these fragrances are really not male-female. Although what you'll find is more of the fresher fragrances and more of the fragrances that are infused with florals are going to be more in the lighter colored bottles, the white collection. All right. Fragrances that you would probably find more appropriate for spring and summer in the white bottles. Now, when you get into the black bottles, those have a lot of the ambers, the roses. Again, more fragrances that with notes that you would find more in fall, winter, that some people may say lean a little bit more masculine, where the ones that are infused with a lot of florals, people say lean feminine. But, again, they say that they are, unisex. All of them are unisex, which is how most people view fragrances anyway. So there's that. Oh, man, yeah, this is that beautiful, nice lemongrass note in the opening. This is really nice and clean and fresh. I think there's some peony flowers in here. I'm picking that up as well. Oh, this is good. Those of you that love a nice, clean, nice citrus aromatic kind of fragrance are going to love this one. Vieri. It is really, really nice. Nothing bad to say at all about this one. But this is for the people that love those fresh fragrances. This has some musk in here as well and some citron, if I'm not mistaken. So again, citron is a really a note that smells more like in that lemon family as well. So you got the lemongrass and you have the citron in here, giving it even more infusion of a citrus kind of feel. A little musk on the dry down with some peony. This is beautiful. Vieri. Check that one out, guys. If you're looking for one for spring, summer, this is one I highly recommend. This is really nice. All right. All right. So what do we have next? All right. This one is called Queening. All right. So say these don't really lean masculine, feminine, but that name definitely leans feminine. Queening. So we have orris and vanilla. So powdery vanilla. Let's see. Queening is the name of this one. Here's the bottle. So let's give it a spray. Again, vanilla and orris. So let's see what we get. Definitely picking up vanilla more than anything. The orris here is a little bit more of an orris root. I think maybe it's a little more of an earthy feel to the orris versus more powdery. This is nice. I like this. I'm picking up a little bit of almost of a leathery, maybe saffron or something like that in this, and a slight booziness. This is very interesting. It smells good. Yeah, what I get most from it is this will be for vanilla lovers. So if you like vanilla, the Queening would be a good option. It does not smell feminine though, but in the, maybe based on that name, we may have expected it to go a little feminine, but this is nice. Yeah, vanilla, a little earthy orris root in here, slightly boozy, with a slight kind of smoky, leathery kind of saffron smell as well. So definitely unisex. If you like vanilla, the Queening may be the fragrance for you. So up next here we have Sans Voir. This is Rose and Palo Santo. All right, here's the bottle. Sans Voir. All right, so let's give it a spray and see what this one is working with. All right. This is really good. I can see a guy wearing this. I would definitely pull it off. This one is, out of all the ones I've smelled so far, this one probably would lean a little bit more feminine. But man, a guy can pull this off. This is good. Sans Voir. Again, here's the bottle. Check out that beautiful cap. Now this one has a little bit of a kind of a sea salty, aquatic feel on the top. And I think there's both a jasmine and freesia in here, which are two notes that are found oftentimes in women's fragrances. And that's probably why I said that it probably leans more feminine than any of the ones I've smelled so far, because of the combination of the jasmine and the freesia, but it's really fresh, really, really fresh. So although it's floral, that freshness lends itself to me to being a fragrance that a guy would probably be able to pull off as well. I know I could pull this off for sure. But it smells really good. Clean, floral, fresh, Sans Voir. Smells amazing. Again, a lot of these fragrances to me in the white bottles are more catered towards the hotter months. So spring and summer, whereas the black bottles to me are more appropriately worn probably in fall, winter. But this smells amazing. My God, this is good, guys. Then you get that nice soft woodiness from the Palo Santo in here. This is amazing. Rose, I could pick up some rose. Guys, another one. Again, I haven't smelled anything that doesn't smell great, honestly, out of any of these. And was kind of the case with me with the first collection that they did. I didn't smell anything where I was like, it's not my thing, you know? All of these smell really good. The next one is called The Forward. All right, here's the bottle, The Forward. All right, now this one is highlighting notes of pomelo and salt. Okay, so let's give it a spray. The Forward. I know the missus is going to wear the heck out of that Sans Voir. That thing smells amazing. But I'm interested to see what that's going to do on masculine skin as well. But I know she could kill that one. The Forward. Very salty and kind of marine on top. So I'm getting a nice contrast between sea salty and very citrusy, kind of aquatic feel on the top with a very strong, sweet vanillic presence. This is really good. I think out of the white bottles, this is probably my favorite. The Forward. This is really good. Yeah, I'm loving that contrast there, guys. That vanilla is almost giving a gourmand feel to this fragrance. I wonder what else is in this one. The Forward. Really, really good, man. Seriously. Again, I'm loving that contrast of that very saltiness with the citruses in here, like bergamot, maybe lemon as well, and it's contrasted by a very strong vanillic presence. But there's almost something toasty, sweet, and gourmand in here as well. I'm not sure where that is coming from, but this is really good. Wow. The Forward. So the Forward in the white collection, French Defense, and the black collection. Overall, French Defense is my favorite, but I do have one more, so I don't want to speak too soon. But so far, those are, oh my God. The Forward is really good. The last one that I have here is called Lenora. And this is passion fruit and freesia. So I'm thinking maybe a little bit more feminine. You know, again, we got passion fruit in here. And we have that freesia note again. So let's see what it smells like when we spray it here. Smell good. All of these smell good. All of these smell good. This is nice, man. This is good. Guys, I don't know what else to say. All of these fragrances are really good. I'm just being 100% honest with you. All these are really good. I love this one. It's a fruity floral fragrance, all right? Definitely unisex. Again, that freesia in there, but man, I'm getting a beautiful honeyed, like, osmanthus note in this as well, and I love osmanthus. And fragrances, this is so good. This is so good. There's almost a candy-like sweetness in this one as well that I'm really, really enjoying. This is good, man. I don't know. That one, I was really close to saying that that one would overtake the forward for me as it pertains to my favorite from the white bottles. But with that being said, it was really close in the white collection with those two as well as Sans Voir. I really liked those three in the white collection. Again, in the black bottles, French Defense is just my favorite one. Although there were some really good ones as well as far as competition for the #1 spot. But again, my overall favorite out of all these is French Defense. You know, you give me rose, you give me amber, and that beautiful liquored like black cherry note in the opening is just next level. I know there's a lot of cherry fragrances being done right now. Thank you to Tom for his Lost Cherry. But that one is done differently, and I really like that. It's deeper, it's darker than what I smell with most cherry fragrances. But guys, seriously, I know everybody's taste is different, but I think you would be hard pressed to smell any of these and say that doesn't smell good. May not be your taste per se, but all 10 of these fragrances smell phenomenal. I'm not surprised because everything I smelled from the first set of fragrances from Mind Games was really good as well. This is no different. So again, I'll make sure I link it down below. Wherever you would like to, you guys can check these out. Again, remember to use the code Darian10 if you go to the Mind Games website. If there's anything that you want to check out from the Mind Games collection, the old collection, or of course the new Soulmates collection that you would like to get, whether it's a full bottle or discovery set, make sure you use the code Darian10 to save 10%. But man, sincerely, honestly, truthfully, all 10 of these fragrances really, really smell good. And they all smell unique in their own way. And again, I highly recommend you guys checking it out. Like I said, maybe get a Travels collector set, the sample set, so that way you can, smell them all for yourself. But man, I am highly impressed with what I smell today. If you smell anything from the new Soulmates collection from Mind Games, I would love to hear from you down in the comments section. What are your thoughts? What's been your favorite so far? Now, as always, I sincerely appreciate you guys' time and attention to these videos. I know you don't have to watch, but you do, and I sincerely appreciate that. Now, don't forget to take a few moments to like, comment, and subscribe. And make sure you are sharing these videos out to some other folks out there that you think could use the information, find it entertaining. Because I'm your guy, Darren, I'm the Bowtie Fragrance Guy. I love to look good, and of course, I love to smell amazing. So until next time, keep looking good, keep smelling even better. I'll catch you on the flip side.